Guys, what's up? It's Justin from New Brunswick Coyote Hunters. And I just want to take a minute here to kind of go over a couple of the calls that I've been asked about over the last little while, since the page has kind of gone a little bit bigger than what we all expected. But I keep on getting questions about the Foxpro and the IcoTec electronic game callers. And I got them both here today. I've always kind of been a Foxpro guy. It's kind of the first thing that I've ever had as far as electronic collar goes. So this may be a little biased, but I'm going to give the IcoTec a good go around. So here you got the Foxpro Wildfire. This is the Wildfire 1. Works really good. I like it a lot. It's pretty tough. Hard ABS plastic. The speaker is plenty loud for getting out there, doing whatever you want to do. It's got on-off switch, external speaker on-off. It's got your auxiliary port, and it has a port for external speaker if you want to get a little louder out there. So this one reads up to a 2 gigabyte micro SD card, which is plenty. Like, when you go out coyote hunting, you're only going to use maybe 10 calls, maybe, and that all depends on what time of the year you're going to be doing it at. So it can program up to 200 calls. I don't know why the hell anybody would want 200 calls, but and this is the remote for it, the TX9 remote. That's pretty much it right there. You got your volume and your recall and your mute. The Foxpro, the one I have here, does have the Fox Bang feature on it, which is kind of nice. So if you're calling and you got a dog coming in and you shoot the dog, it reads your muzzle blast. It picks up the muzzle blast and turns onto a preset call. So everybody wants to do the eyes after you shoot a coyote, and it automatically does it. You don't have to touch it. You don't have to. It just senses it and does it automatically. It's pretty light, easy, compact, get around, not a big deal. The IcoTec is almost the same size. It's the same weight. I mean, here you go. You got the two, just like that. It's pretty nice. Like, I mean, it looks pretty rugged. I haven't given it like the old field test, but we will do that today. The remote goes right on the side, so you don't ever have to lose your remote. The one thing I do like is it has this clip. You can clip that on your jacket, just have it right there on your jacket pocket and push it as you need it. I do like the raised buttons on this remote. It just seems like it would be easier to get it in your gloves, because we all know it's like minus 30 out lately. Now the box says that this sucker will go out 300 yards. I can put this out 300 yards and the remote will still pick it up. You might get 100 yards out of your Foxpro. I've never really had the need to put the call out any more than 50, 60 yards. You do have to have a clean line of sight with the Foxpro. I've noticed even like a little bit of hay in the way will screw it up. Like, the remote won't read it, but I mean, you'll learn that as you go, and you just kind of take provisions to make sure that doesn't happen. One thing I did notice about the IcoTec is that when you turn it on and you press the sound, it kind of has like a background noise on the speaker, almost like a fuzz. Like when you turn on a speaker, you'll hear that fuzzy sound. You do get that with the IcoTec. You do not get that with the Foxpro. Does that make a difference? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't think it would make much of a difference. I mean, if a coyote's going to hear a rabbit, it's going to come in. So the IcoTec, the one I have is the 300, GC300. It's a non-programmable model. It has 12 calls on it, and they are pretty much all that I use anyway. So you got the coyote female, the coyote howl, the male coyote, pup distress, cottontail distress, jackrabbit distress, fawn distress, crow distress, and you got raccoon, gray fox, and whatever. But I mean, that's all you need to get started. And for under $100, I don't think you can beat that. The sound quality is decent. It's nothing like the Foxpro, but it's decent. It just works great. Like, it's loud. I mean, it also takes an external speaker if you want to get out and loud. But yeah, we're gonna test these things out and see what they can do. Down across the field there, it's 199 yards. So I'm gonna try 199 first and see if they will both go. I'm gonna put them on the edge of the tree line over there and see what they can do. Alright, so we got the IcoTec out there on the right and the Foxpro on the left. This is at 199 yards, so we'll say 200. I've never really tried the Foxpro or the IcoTec at this distance. The IcoTec claims 300 yards, so we're going to try the Foxpro first. It's at on the snowshoe distress, 200 yards. Here we go. And as you can see, it's not working at 200 yards. Let's just try a different sound to see if it'll go. And coyote and rabbit, let's try it. So at 200 yards, the Foxpro is a no-show. Now we got the IcoTec out there right beside it. That's on the right. I am going to put her on the jackrabbit distress at 200 yards. And as you can see, that is working great. So 200, I'm actually quite impressed with that. That's 200 yards, that's unreal. That's a long ways away. Just give you an idea here. Pan out. 200 yards, about that far. So the IcoTec does work at 200 yards. I want to push it and see if it'll go 3. Alright, so now we're at 100 yards, and we're going to try the Foxpro again, same sound, coyote rabbit distress, see if it'll do it. Still nothing at 100 yards on the hot Foxpro. Oh, I gotta turn it up, I guess. Okay, 100 yards, the Foxpro does work. So 100 yards, I mean, that is a fair distance as well. As you can hear, like, it's working just great. So that's 100 yards right there. And the Foxpro works at 100. Okay, so here we are. The IcoTec is set up at 300 yards right on the dot. And let's see if this will work. Cottontail distress here. And it is working. No problem. That's amazing. You got a 300. You got the call 300 yards out there. And it is just a blaring. Volume control works. Try a howl. And that works as well. Good thing about this IcoTec is that it can play 2 sounds simultaneously. So if you hit your jackrabbit distress and you want to go ahead and do a howl at the same time, IcoTec can do that. The Wildfire cannot do that, but there are sounds that you can get online from Foxpro that are two sounds combined in the same sound file. So it's essentially the same thing. But if you wanted to like bump it up to a different model, I think the model above the Wildfire does have the two calls simultaneously. But I mean, that IcoTec, that's out there a long ways, and it is working really good, and it sounds really good. I'm impressed. So we just finished out testing the IcoTec versus the Wildfire. For under $100, you cannot beat the IcoTec. I mean, that is unreal. It does what it said it's going to do. Like it said on the box, it's going to call out 300 yards, and I'm at 300 yards right now, and that went off. Real good call. I mean, the sound quality maybe isn't where it should be, like compared to the Foxpro, but I mean, if a critter is hungry enough, it's going to come out to that sound. I also like how the IcoTec isn't a constant sound being played over and played over again. IcoTec kind of breaks that up. Like, it'll play the sound file, and then there'll be a small pause, probably 20 seconds, and then it'll start over again, which is nice. I mean, a lot of people complain about overcalling, but I mean, I've heard of guys just having their Foxpro on 30 minutes straight, not taking any breaks, and dogs come out. So I mean, if you're on a budget, check out Amazon.ca. You can get yourself an IcoTec GC300 for under $100, sent to your door, free shipping. The Wildfire, I think I paid $199 for it from Cabela's, and that was a couple of years ago. So, I mean, as far as expandability and sound quality, we're going to go with the Foxpro. As far as budget, IcoTec hands down. Distance, IcoTec hands down. 300 yards, you saw it. I saw it. Unreal. Pretty much all the same features, except it's not programmable. Like, you only have the 12 sounds right there on the call. And I mean, the remote's easy to use. It's got an antenna on it. I think that's how we're getting the distance, the volume up and down, and your stop right there. Great call. Works great. I also got to put a plug in to our boys over at Valley Calls. I mean, they're putting out some good mouth calls. This is the Howler right here. I like the Howler a lot. It's easy to use. Like, I used to be a crack calls guy, and we have a crack call right here. Sounds pretty good. But Scott there, they sent us a bunch of calls from Valley, and they work really good. I'm impressed. They don't freeze up too bad. I mean, it's just something that happens to all the calls. When you get that saliva in there, it freezes up, but you just blow on it a little bit, and it's great. So if you're looking for some mouth calls, check out Valley Calls on online. Just Google their name, and they'll come up. Local guys out of Woodstock. If you want to support the local economy, go ahead and try that out. If you're looking for the GC300, Amazon has it for under $100. Like I said, I think the last time I checked, they were on back order, but they always get some in. So hope you enjoyed that little review. Hope it helps you make your decision on what you want to get for a call. And if you have any questions about coyote hunting, there's guys that know their stuff on the site. So aim high.